So let's have a look now at perhaps the flash effects and the bar control. So the flash effect is maybe we can just see how it goes. Shmup baby agent component flash effects. Let's just connect the player to it and the renderer. So you have multiple options when this to be activated. Right now, once the player takes health damage, you'll have this red color overlay, and once it takes the shield damage, it has the blue one. So let's play, and let's get hit by some bullets. It's hitting the shield, so you see it's blue. Now it's the health, it's becoming red, and we got destroyed. So that's the flash effects, which is pretty straightforward. And we can add the bar control perhaps. Agent component bar control. Okay, so the bar control is it's the same as we have here for the player, where you have the health and shield bar control at the UI. We can also add it to an enemy or any object. So let's just connect the enemy to it. And for the bar, it's just easier as well to use a prefab, just like what we did with the UI. So we choose here from prefabs. So we had moved it to another place. Health and shield bars. Sorry about that. So health and shield bars. We just go to enemy, we just add this one, and we enable it so that we could see. So you see, this is the UI we added. We connect the health, and why not even create another bar control for the shield. Agent component bar control, like shield. Make sure that this one is in the health bar and this one the shield bar. Otherwise, if you have two health bars, it could have some issues. Let's play and see how it works. So we have the enemy. Unfortunately, it's better off maybe to increase the enemy health so that we can see it. This bar control can be helpful for enemies which have maybe like a boss or a big enemy, so that the player can see an indicator of how he's doing. Okay, so that's the health and the bar control and the flash effects. Maybe we can take a look at the orthographic camera zoom FX, and which must be used with the zoom FX by mover. So let's go to the camera, add Shmup baby camera zoom FX, and let's put an offset of 555. Okay, and let's play. But nothing happens because the zoom FX must be used with the zoom FX by mover. So basically what happens that once, for example, if we add a zoom FX by mover for the player, once the player moves, the camera will zoom out a bit. It's just a nice effect. You could also use it with enemies. For a boss enemy, once it moves, the camera would zoom out to give like a dramatic effect sort of thing. We just have to find the mover, and it's located over here, I believe. Zoom FX by mover. And doesn't have any controls. It's just an indicator that the camera script is controlled by this one. But as you see, it's no, it's just too fast and too much. Let's just change it. The offset is too big. Let's just make it 1 and make the speed 2 and 2. Let's see. tell you what, I'm just going to make it even more subtle, just 0.5 and 1 and 1. And with that, we have the zoom FX by mover. Maybe we can take a look at the basic rotator and the focus rotator as well. So the basic rotator is just added. So maybe we'll find it inside of utilities, basic rotator. Now, tell you what, maybe it's not a good idea to, let's see what happens. Just put it here. I was thinking more to put it on the visual. So the basic rotator just gives you random rotation. So you see, maybe this guy is now saying what's happening to me, but it's alright. Let's just disable this one, but you could add it, for example, for an asteroid prefab and put it in the random background objects, or you can use it in any way. And that's the basic rotator. The focus rotator is a little different. To maybe better see it, maybe it's a good example to put it on the weapon. We are going to maybe to be hit quite a lot with it. I'm going to reduce the damage and increase the rate. And I'm going to go to Shmup baby, utilities, focus rotator. The focus rotator, from the name, it can focus on a specific target. I'm just going to choose the player from here and give it a rotation speed of 100 and play. So the bullets are too slow to show the effects. Let's just make it a little faster. So as you see, the enemy now targets me. The focus rotator can be really useful, and you don't need to just put it on the weapon. You can put it on the visuals itself to make the whole enemy look as if it's pointing towards the player or whatever you are pointing at. Since we've added the focus rotator over here, I'm actually inclined to have a quick look at the different weapons modifiers. So let's maybe take a look at the maybe rate control. We'll go to Shmup baby, weapons, component. Let's check the rate control modifier. And let's give it a size of 1. So we have maybe, so how this works, the rate control, you can give it an array, any array number, and in each number you would put the state. For example, let's put this one at 2 seconds and make the rate 10. So what happens that once the weapon starts, it goes for 2 seconds firing bullets at a rate of 10, and then let's put it at a rate for 3 seconds to have a rate of 0. And we could choose to loop it or to end the loop over there. We will choose to loop it and play. Once you see it, you understand. So you see the enemy is firing, and then it waits. Then it fires again and waits, and so on. We could choose, for example, to make three steps, and in the third step we'd make it for 6 seconds to fire a steady rate of 4. And that's that. Let's disable it so that we could see something else. We go to Shmup baby, weapons, component, and let's try the rotation modifier. The weapon parent. So it's using the weapon parent to make a rotation, and let's just give it a 200, and you'll see what this does. Because we have the focus rotator, so it's overriding it. It's good we have seen this in this tutorial so that you could see some of the things you get. So if you notice now, it just rotates randomly. Not randomly, I mean clockwise or counterclockwise. So that's the rotation modifier. Let's go to Shmup baby, weapons component, and we have the duplicator. And for the duplicator, let's just enable the enemy to have a better look at things. So with the duplicator, we can choose how many times we duplicate the weapons. So let's make it six times. And you have here radial. So what happens that the weapon is being duplicated 6 times around clockwise. So unfortunately, we can't see this in the inspector right now. We'd have to play the game to see it. So as you see, we have this duplicated the weapon, and these are the weapon modifiers. Let's just cross them out over here. One maybe very quick duplicator to see is the shot effects. Let's just test it. I'm going to test it for the player because it's easier or better to see it. So here I'm going to add Shmup baby, weapons, component, shot effects. So we have with the shot effects two events. You have a fire event and on land event. So for the fire event, it means once the weapon is fired, you can have some prefab instantiated. So let's just look at the VFX and look for fire effects, and let's just choose any of these here, and let's see without changing the FX lifetime, and let's just play. So if you see, we have a fire effects over here, but it's not very accurate. I'm just going to offset it because the weapon is underneath the player, so we can't see the effects accurately. So let's just offset it by a value of 0.5 and play. So you see the event over here, but maybe I've chosen not the most appropriate event. Let's choose this one and offset it to 1. You'll see now there is a bullet firing event, and we have the on land event. Let's keep this one and make another one. Shmup baby, weapons, component, and shot effects. But this time it's going to be land, and we are going to look for a take damage effect from here. All of these effects are located inside prefabs VFX, and this one looks like a pretty standard one, and let's try it. But we need to hit the enemy for this one. As you see, as you have noticed, once we've hit the enemy, we had this take damage effect. If you think it's too long, you can maybe make the effects lifetime smaller. And you can point constrain it to the enemy so that once you hit it, it moves with the enemy. And with that was the shot effects. Maybe in the next tutorial we'll just have a very quick on the spawn position and mover speed control and mover spinner. Let's just pause this one.